President Trump was paying his respects to Ruth Bader Ginsburg as she was laying in state at the Supreme Court, and it appears that he was heckled by onlookers as he was doing this. And in this video, I'm going to touch on what I think really happened, share some of the comments that President Trump has made in response to the hecklers, and debunk some comments that some people made about the incident online. So if you're interested in hearing my thoughts on this and about the situation, make sure to keep watching. But before we get into the topic, if you are not already, make sure to subscribe to this channel for daily content related to politics, economics, and social issues, and ring the bell to turn on post notifications so you get notified right when all these videos come up. So President Trump was heckled. It was really interesting to see. I mean, it's interesting because let's just put this out there. He's damned if he does, and he's damned if he doesn't. If he goes to pay his respects to Ruth Bader Ginsburg, he's heckled, and that becomes the story. If he doesn't go because he's afraid to get heckled or because he doesn't want to create a scene, they tell him he's insensitive and he doesn't care, and he is tarnishing the reputation or stomping on the reputation of Ruth Bader Ginsburg or whoever is the subject of whatever. And people say, oh, he doesn't deserve to go there. He doesn't deserve to pay his respects or whatnot. Any nonsense, right? So are we surprised anymore at the level of intolerance that people have for President Trump and First Lady Melania? I know I am not, but it's funny because the news outlets that were reporting this were acting like it's the first time any person in public has ever confronted President Trump or had any disdain publicly for him. And that's why a couple days ago I actually covered and talked about the incident at his own rally where his own supporters were booing what he was saying. He had to kind of win the crowd back over. So this is not something new. This is just the mainstream media just trying to grab onto whatever they can to try to sway support away from President Trump. And guess what? It's not going to work. Sorry. So I thought it was interesting when I was watching the video of, I think it was MSNBC showing a clip of this, of the hecklers heckling President Trump and First Lady Melania, and they were just standing there acting like they're not really paying, they're kind of ignoring what's happening. And kind of under his mask, I saw him turn to Melania a little bit, and it seemed like he was saying something to her, but obviously he has a mask on, so we can't see if he's lipping anything. And it appeared to me, because when someone's really smiling, you can tell in their eyes that they're smiling with their eyes. That's what it looked like to me. So I don't know what exactly he was saying, but it seemed like he was mouthing something to her, maybe saying maybe we should go back inside, or do you hear that, or it's kind of ridiculous or something. We won't know. But he actually made comments later, or commented on the situation, saying that he could barely hear the actual heckling. And this indicated to me that maybe that's why he turned to Melania, because he couldn't really hear what they were saying. And he was maybe asking her, do you hear what they're saying? Or can you make out kind of what they're saying? And he said, he basically just said he heard that it was a political chant, or he called it a political chant. He didn't really try to give it too much credence, which I think was really smart. And clearly, I think it's the media trying to create something out of nothing. And it's clear that they were far further away from President Trump and might have been closer to the people who were chanting and heckling. So it's possible that they were just pointing their microphones at the hecklers to kind of make it sound louder than it really was, and make it sound like a bigger crowd than it really was, and to make it kind of a staged moment that they knew was going to get headlines. And so Trump, I think, clearly sees through that and just kind of dismissed the whole incident altogether. And then I went to the comment section of the MSNBC clip, which I frequent when I'm on YouTube and I'm watching videos. I like to go to the comment section. So that's why I encourage you on my videos to go to the comment section and share whatever, because I know a lot of people who watch videos like to look through the comments at the same time. And I saw one comment saying that they thought he went back inside after hearing the people yelling because he was afraid of them or couldn't handle the truth or handle people heckling him. And the first thing I thought was, oh God, if this person commenting was right in front of me, I would just tell him, hey, I hate to break it to you, and I know you want him gone, but when you're president, there's an entire team dedicated to 24-hour security for you. And I'm pretty sure that hecklers from a distance are not intimidating to President Trump at this point. I don't think much really intimidates him, and it's very clear in his demeanor over the last few years where he's dealt with a lot of stuff, and especially recently, that he is not rattled. At least he doesn't show he's rattled over much. And so people are so, I mean, I try to look objectively on these things, but like you're really delusional if you think if he's rattled by people just yelling at him saying, vote him out from a distance at a memorial service for Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who's the person you're supposed to be idolizing. Just a thought there. And also I saw people saying that he went back inside because his ego must have been hurt because he stays in his little bubble. And it appears that people really are just playing into, or the same thing with the last comment is, do you not see that he gets a barrage of hate every single day from the people who are literally in the White House with him, like the media that are, their job is to be in the White House asking him questions, and the fact that he is more out and about than anyone in an elected position right now. So he's not staying in his bubble. He's not staying in the bunker like they like to tell him he is. He's out there talking to people, talking to his supporters, talking to different people in these areas. And so to say that he's trapped in his bubble and his ego is hurt and blah, 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 maybe the ego thing is true, but at this point, I think he's pretty bulletproof when it comes to ego. And he usually is more brash and more outspoken and hits back when he knows it's kind of unfair treatment. Could be an ego thing, I don't know. But also, if you're going to talk about who's in their bunker and who's kind of hiding from everybody, it's his opponent, Joe Biden. I think anyone, even a Joe Biden supporter, has to admit that at some point. That everything they're accusing Trump of is exactly what Biden is doing. So that's one thing. And as of filming this video, Joe hasn't visited the casket from what I've seen. So let's take a few seats, my friends, and let's look in the mirror before we start accusing other people of things. How about that? And just to add this to the end, hecklers are not uncommon. Just this week, Chuck Schumer, who is the Senate Minority Leader, was heckled out in front of Congress as he was giving a press conference out in the open by people who don't like him. So this is something that politicians and elected officials and public figures in general encounter all the time. So it's just one of those stories that, like, it's a non-story story. It's just kind of a shock headline to get people to click at this point, which I understand it's a business, but people are seeing through it, especially these big corporate companies that have already lost a lot of the trust of the public. This isn't really helping what they're doing. So it's very interesting to see this happening. All right, so now I want to turn it over to you. What do you think of this story? Do you just kind of turn your head and just laugh? Do you like reading the comment sections like I do of people with these weird comments and these just delusional, otherworldly comments in my view? Let me know what you think in my comment section down below. And while you're down there, like I said in the beginning of this video, if you're not subscribed and haven't rang the bell for post notifications, make sure to do that. And while you're down there, give this video a thumbs up because it does wonders for the video and for this channel. And like I said, let me know what you think and make sure to come back every day for new content. And I will talk to you in the next one. Bye.